What's going on, my fly guys? Welcome as we return back with another video, and today we are back. Well, actually, no, I am back officially because I've been gone for like 9 days or something crazy like that. Now, it's probably gonna be longer because this is not gonna go up today. But anyway, I've been playing Sun and Moon like everybody else. I've been in the game. It's not, like, definitely my second favorite Pokemon game. It's pretty much perfect, but the only reason it's not my top is because of Sapphire. I'm completely biased and it's completely nostalgic for me, so that's why it's because it's my first, but that's why it's my number one. But anyway, with this video today, you might be wondering why we're here, and that is because I'm going to be covering my predictions for what tier the alolan Pokemon are going to be in. And I'm not just talking about like alolan Vulpix, Raticate, Dugtrio, anything like that. I'm talking about all of the alolan Pokemon, like Rowlet, as you can see right here. Like, I'm talking about everything. Now, yeah, so what else is there to say, but let's continue on to the list. So, we're going to start things, oh yeah, I'm going to skip the obvious, like, Little Cup and Middle Cup ones, because, they're not going to have anything to do in the competitive community. And I'm going to be covering the 7 main tiers, I believe. Ubers, OU, UU, RU, NU, and PU, so 6. Yeah, alright, my bad. But yeah, so anyway, we're going to start things off with Decidueye. Now, Decidueye is the starter I chose. I started with Rowlet, and has very good stats, solid stats across the board. It got 78 HP, meh, 107, that's pretty good. 75, meh, 100 Spatak, that's pretty good, especially against Nasty Plights. 100 Spadef, which is not that bad, and 70 speed, which is terrible, but fast and Alola. But anyway, it has an interesting Grass Ghost defensive typing, typing, and it's very good offensive typing, but defensively it just has a lot of weaknesses. I mean, the grass weakness of poison does get neutralized by ghost resistance, but I don't know, it's a very interesting typing. It also has very interesting ability in long reach where it never actually makes contact. This actually makes sense since it's like an archer, but I don't know. It's like if you use close combat on a Fear Thorn, you won't get the Iron Barbs. I see this boy being an RU. Now, I'm not talking crap, but it's not the best Pokemon out there in the world, and it could very well be UU, and my opinions aren't going to be finalized at all. I could be completely wrong, in fact, and this could go to Ubers. I don't know. What am I saying? It's not going Ubers. But it's just my prediction, and I really like this Decidueye, but I don't think it has what it takes to stay in OU. It could possibly stay in UU, but we'll just see when the time comes. Alright, now moving on to the second one, we have Incineroar. Now, this man has amazing 95, 90 bulk with Intimidate and a really good typing in Fire Dart. Now, it also has a very high 115 attack, and I think it's actually going to stay in OU because of, look at these stats. They're incredible besides speed. And it also has very cool move in Darkest Larian where stats changes don't matter if it has like defense up. It's very commonly ran with like a Choice Band, and once Intimidate comes out, everybody's going to be using it. Well, maybe not, but it's going to stay in OU, I feel. And if not, it's going to be a very top tier threat in UU. Alright, moving on to the next one, we have Primarina. Alright, now it's a very good typing in Water Fairy, and also has very good bulk with 80, 74, 116. Again, Piss Poor speed in 60, and 126 attack, special attack. Now, I think this thing is going to be in UU because of the fact Tapu Fini exists in OU, and it's so much better. This thing does have Liquid Voice, which gives it more water stab, but it does not get boosted like Galvanized with the Alola Golem. I see this thing staying in, well, dropping down to UU, but that's it. It's going to be very good in UU. Alright, moving on. We have Toucannon, which has very cool abilities, Skill Link and Sheer Force, with some stats as 80, 75 bulk, 120 attack, which is amazing, 60 speed, like I said, everything in Alola is slow. But this boy has Skill Link, Bullet Seed, and Rock Blast, and also has very cool move in Beak Blast, Beak Burn, something like that. Hello. Two cannon. Beak Blast, which it's like Focus Blunt Punch, but if you get hit, they get burned, and you still get off your attack. Very cool move, but I think it's gonna be NU because it does not have the world's greatest bulk. It has very slow speed, which you can make up for with like a Choice Scarf, or if it gets Flame Charge, but that's it. Like, I don't see it going anywhere fast. Now we have Gumshoes, which has 3 amazing abilities. Stake Out, where if you switch out, well, let me just make sure I'm doing this right. Gumshoes. Okay, so this Pokemon's attack deal double damage if the target switch in, which is very cool. So if someone's switching out and you get like a Hyper Fang off, that's gonna be incredibly strong damage. Also, it also has Strong Jaw, where Pokemon's bite-based moves have 1.5 power, which Hyper Fang got buffed this gen with 80 power, 10% chance of flinch, and this has Strong Jaw. That's gonna have insane. What? How'd Strong Jaw get there? Insane power. Also gets Crunched on top of that, but it also gets EQ and Super Fang. That's basically its moveset, by the way. As Pursuit, Return, U-Turn, Toxic Taunt, but its stats just don't. They're subpar. Besides its 110 base attack stat. That's incredible. Like an Adamant that goes up to 350. Jeez. Alright, so moving on, we have Alolan Eradicate, where this boy has Hustle and Thick Fat, Dark Normal, so Mach Punch kills. And that's basically it. Its best stat is Spadef. Is that what normal Eradicate's like? What happened? This thing just got worse. What? I didn't know that. Well, it got bulkier, but that's it. But anyway, Alolan Eradicate does have nice ability in Hustle and Thick Fat, but its stats just don't live up to it. Oh, Gumshoes is probably going to be NU, by the way. It's just, that's it. Alright, so, give me 1 second. I'm going to keep that in. I'm too lazy to edit that. But anyway, so Alolan Eradicate its stats aren't anything promising. So I think this boy is going to be either PU or NU. I'd say leaning more towards NU because of Hustle. Choice Banded Hustle, Crunch, Knockoff, if it even gets that, but whatever. Moving on now, I'm only going to be covering Alola Pokemon, like I said. So next up we have Alolan Raichu, which this thing gets Surge Surfer twice, so you know it's a threat. But anyway, it has very cool typing in Electric Psychic. It freaking floats on its tail. It has very, very nice 110 speed. Pretty solid 95 special attack, and pretty solid special defense in 85, but 60, 85, 85. You'll live some hits, but not everything. And it just does not have the power to dish out enough hits. I think it's going to be either RU or NU. I'm leaning more towards NU with Alolan Raichu. Let's just compare its stats real quick. So 60, that drops down. So its defense dropped by 5. Its attack dropped by 5. And that went into 5 more special attack and special defense. Cool. So yeah, now we're on to the ever so powerful Vacaville. Now this thing has Levitate, which is a great ability. Very good 145 special attack. I'm just looking straight at that. And then decent defenses in 77, 90. Wait, what? 90 defense? Hello. 77, 90, 75 bulk. Piss Poor speed 43. I mean, this thing looks like it's going to be fast, and then it's going to be floating at you at like 2 miles per hour. Really? Come on. But I think this boy is going to be UU it has like the same special attack as Shandy, it just does not have the speed to pull it off, and decent bulk. I'm not saying this is really good bulk, I'm just saying this is decent. Like, it's not piss poor. It got 90 and 77 and 75. That's decent. That's a little, what I consider average is 80 80 80, you know, like 80 80 bulk. But actually that's pretty good for an offensive Pokemon. But yeah, moving on. So next up we have Alolan Persian. Now this thing is still very, very sad. It makes me sad. It has very cool fur coat, which only Furfro has that before, but now this thing has it, but it's still very it's not bulky at all. It has 65, 60, 65. It's not living anything. I mean, you could go with like a nasty plot set now, which is cool. Wait, well, let's just compare stats. So basically, its special attack and attack was kind of, I was about to say, fidget. Whoa, has been sort of switched, but I just don't see anything promising for Persian. It's gonna be PU still, in my opinion. Like, this is not finalized. Like I said, I'm not gonna say that for everything. Now we're on Alolan Muck. Now this boy is something special. Its typing is incredible with Poison Dark. Now it has Stab Knockoff, Poison Jab, Poison Touch, so things might get poisoned while getting their items knocked off. It has very good HP with 105, 75, 100 bulk, 105 attack, and 50 speed, which is bad. But we're going to take a look at this typing right here. Because what's Poison weak to? Psychic. What's Dark immune to? Psychic. What's Dark weak to? Fighting. What's Poison resist? Fighting. Like, this typing is incredible. It's just weak to basically like ground with EQ. Like, I can't think of anything else. What else is Dark weak to? Bug, neutral. Like, this is incredible typing. So I'm saying Muck, Alolan Muck is going to be UU. And if not, RU. But I'm saying it's going to be UU because, like, these stats plus this typing, it's really, really good. Alright, so moving on to my boy Crabominable. Although this looks weird, its stats are piss poor. Again, it speed ties with Vacaville 43. That's not good. It has decent, like, I don't know. It has okay bulk in 97, 77, 67. Its SPDF is nothing, but this boy isn't living anything anyway. It has a very bad defensive typing with Fighting Ice. Well, Ice is just bad for it. It makes it interesting. It has new move Ice Hammer, but like, it only has 132 attack. I mean, I'm not saying only like it sucks. I'm saying it only has attack stat as a stat. That's worth noticing. Everything else is kind of subpar. Like, nothing else is really standing out besides its okay HP at 97. So I'm saying this boy is going to be NU. It could... No, I'm not saying it's going to be RU. It's not. If it is, good for it. But I don't see this thing worth, like, being NU. I mean RU. I see it being NU. Alright, so moving on to Alolan Dugtrio. Now this thing got screwed over. It lost Arena Trap, lost speed, gained it in bulk. It has a good, interesting typing in Ground Steel. It has a terrible design. I mean, it's funny, but I don't like it. I like Diglett's more. Just give this thing more string hair. But it has cool, gooey, and tangly hair, but 110, 100. Although that's good, it's... I don't know. It's going to be either... I'm going to say it's going to be probably RU or NU. I'm leaning more towards RU because 110, 100 is very good. But it has no abilities, really. I mean, if you touch it, you get your speed lower. But, like, I don't know. I'm leaning more towards RU now because 100, 110 is very cool. It's very good. But it's nothing like the original Dugtrio, which now has 100, 120 with Arena Trap. That thing's is going to be staying OU. Alright, so now we are on... what's this thing? Oricorio. Now this has Dancer ability, many forms, many cool forms, and its stats are, they're not good, they're not bad. They're decent because 75, 70 bulk, like I said, is kind of decent. That's what I'm considering decent. 70, 77 or 70, 70, 70, 70. That's decent because 80 for an offensive is actually pretty good. But 70, 70, 70, 75, 77 bulk, very cool typings, and a very cool move in whatever that's called. Let's go look it up. Has a very cool ability in Dancer where, yeah, if another Pokemon uses a dance move, this Pokemon uses the same move. So if someone uses Quiver Dance, you're using Quiver Dance. But, alright, so it has, does it have Hurricane? It does have Hurricane, which is awesome. And then it has its own little move, Revelation Dance, where it's 90 base power, 100 accuracy, and it's on whatever type you are. So if you are, Fire is going to be Fire move, Electric is going to be Electric, Psychic it's going to be Psychic, and Ghost it's going to be Ghost. So, although this is very cool gimmick, that's it. It's going to be NU. It's not too fast, and doesn't have the most special attack, but I really do like it, and I'm actually going to be using it in some of my battles. Not going to lie, it's pretty cool. Alright, now we are on Rabanne, who was actually part of my original team with Decidueye. Now, Rabanne has a cool ability, well, an alright ability in Shield Dust, very cool typing in Bug Fairy, and very fast, 124, 95 special attack, that's not bad, and also gets access to Quiver Dance. Now, I'm saying this Mon is going to be RU, because that's all it really has, it's special attack and speed, and it has Quiver Dance and Shield Dust. I really do like Rabanne, though, I'm not going to lie. Rabanne is very cool, it's going to be a very solid RU Mon, it's going to be the Quiver Dancer that Vivillon wishes it could, but Vivillon's, if it had these stats, it would be higher. But Vivillon does not, only has like 90 speed and 89 special attack, so it's kind of lackluster. But it has almost never miss, 98% accurate Sleep Powder and 90% accurate Hurricane, which is awesome. Like I would pray to have that on any other Mon but Vivillon. Alright, so moving on. We have, come on. I know who's next, Rockruff. Awesome, I love Rockruff. I'm actually breeding one for one right now. So now we have Lycanroc. Now Lycanroc has two forms, Midday and Midnight. Both of them are pretty cool. So Midday, I'm saying, is going to be OU with 115, 112. Well, okay, 115 attack, 112 speed, which is awesome. That is like some perfect offensive stats. That is what you want. And also has an okay ability in Sand Rush, where if you're using it on Sand Team, that's amazing. Like Lycanroc will be one of your main sweepers on a Sand Team. It's just so good. Its movable is kind of shallow, like you only have Stone Edge, but you have a Cell Rock, the first ever Rock priority move. You have Crunch and Fire Fang, or you could have SD on one of those, but that's basically it. Midnight is a whole different story. This thing, oh, so Lycanroc, if I haven't said this, Midday is going to be OU, and I think Midnight has a chance to be OU, but I see it shining in UU because it loses 30 speed, which gets put 10 into Speed F, 10 into defense, and 10 in HP. That kind of makes it it's worse than Midday, but it has no guard Stone Edge, which is incredible. Like, that's my champ right there, but its move pool does not support that outside of Stone Edge, so I see it being in UU. Because it still has 115 attack, and if you Scarf 82, that's outspeeding base 80 Scarfers, which is awesome. So I see Midnight being UU and Midday being OU. Also, Midnight looks so much cooler, but I still really like Lycanroc. In general, it's one of my top 3 favorite Mons in Sun and Moon. Also, Lycanroc was on my main team. I'm actually breeding one, if I haven't said that. I have like 4 IVs where, like, whenever I breed, I get an HP, attack, defense, speed, and I'm missing out on special attack, which I'm not going to use in Speed F. I just need that Speed F. So I've bred like over 100. And I don't know, I'm just getting really unlucky. Alright, now we are on Wishy Washy, which this thing sucks. 45, 20, 20, 25, 25, 40. And then in its school form, it shines. 45, 140, 130, 140, 135, 30. I don't know, because its ability deactivates or activates when it has 25% of its health. So this thing goes from being this god to worse than Sunkern. This one's really hard because I have not seen Wishy Washy running around in OU or like in the new meta, and its ability really hinders it. I think it's gonna be OU once people realize its full potential. Like, give it a choice band, give it choice specs, because this thing hits hard, but once it gets to less than 25% of health, it dies. But like it becomes useless. But if it becomes there anyway, it already has piss poor speed. So I don't know. It's this one. Wishy Washy is really hard for me to find. And I'm gonna say it's OU. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. But if not, it's gonna definitely be UU. But I'm saying it's OU. Now we are on the new wall that everybody will use. The better Tentacruel, but does not get rapid Toxapex. Now this thing was also on my original team. It has 50 HP, Rotom HP. All right, 152 defense, 142 SPDEF. This thing will not die. It actually lost speed. Wow. This thing just will not die at all. Also has Regenerator, so it still won't die. And it has Toxic Spikes. It has its own new move, Baneful Banker. Toxapex. Baneful Bunker, where it's Protect, and if they make contact, they get poisoned. This thing is incredible, and it's definitely staying OU. I don't care what anybody else said. It might even get banned, but I highly doubt it will. But Jesus, this thing just will not die, and also it looks pretty cool. I used to think that these were eyes when I saw this. I didn't see this face. It looks really cool, but But Marini looks pretty cool too. It's gonna shine. Toxapex, I mean, it's gonna shine. It's definitely staying OU. All right, now moving on. No new evolutions. Mudsdale. What time are we at, by the way? 22 minutes. Jeez. And I don't know how close or far away we are. I honestly don't. Mudsdale. So it has 100 HP, 125 attack, 100 defense, 85 SPDEF, 35 speed. Again, everybody in Alola is slow, and 55 special attack. You're not going to use that. Very cool ability and stamina where if it gets hit by a move, its defense raises. It's, yeah. Mudsdale is going to be really good. I see it at least being UU. It could even be OU, but I don't know if it's going to stay, like, I don't know. I see this thing shining in UU being so hard to take out. Like, Assault Vest this thing, give it lefties, give it a Choice Band. Let's actually see Mudsdale moves. We're just going to give it stamina. It gets close combat, jeez. Earthquake, like I said. Heavy Slam, which would be really good on it. Rock Slide, Superpower, that's it. Stone Edge? No. Stone Edge? No. High Horsepower, what is that? 95, 95. So it's outclassed by EQ. But it has very cool moves. Close Combat, Heavy Slam, EQ, Rock Slide. I could see that being a set. But I think it's going to shine in UU. If some of the Ultra Beasts go, it's going to. I see it rising up to OU. But I don't know. I really don't. It's at least going to be UU, is what I'm saying. So next up, we have a very interesting Pokemon in Araquanid, whatever, I don't know, which looks like it sucks besides SPDEF, but 68 HP, like I said, 70 is average, it's a tiny bit below average, 70 attack, oh, that's god-awful, 92 defense, hey, alright, we're getting somewhere, 50 special attack, oh, that's terrible, 132 special defense, that's actually really good, and 42 speed, well, that's average in Alola, but this has the amazing ability in Water Bubble, and I can't explain it, so let's just Araquanid. Looks pretty cool. Water Bubble. Water Power is 2 times, so it's pretty much adaptability with water types. Can't be burned, and Fire is actually resistance now since it's also Bug. It has an amazing ability in that. It also has the new move Liquidation. It also has Leech Life. What else? you're going to mainly be using liquidation. It boosts that up to like 170 power. It has lunge, which is cool, but you have leech life. Poison jab. If you want, you can have scald if you're making a wall like aqua ring. I don't know. Like, this thing is going to be really good, but I don't see it being an OU. I see it being in UU. Maybe OU later if some things get banned, but this thing has an amazing ability. Below average stats besides Spadef, but 70 attack when you're using one base 170 move, that's actually pretty good. So, like I say, it's going to be UU or RU, possibly OU. I actually can't tell with right now. Now we're on one of my favorite mons. You might be wondering why. I don't know. It just, when my cousin, like, when she first saw this, she's like, that reminds me of Twizzlers. I was like, oh my god, you're right. And, like, that's just really cool. Laurentius. It has really bad ability in Leaf Guard, an amazing ability in Contrary with only one move to use it for. Leaf Storm. But that's already outclassed by Superior, and like I said, well, I didn't say this, but it has 45 base speed, so that's kind of a turn off with the Contrary Leaf Storm. I mean, you can give this to Quick Claw and wish for luck, but it has decent bulk and 70, 90, 90. That's actually above average in a decent, actually a really good attack stat in 105, and it has a new move, Solar Blade, which if you're using this on a Sun team, that it actually could work, because it also has where Leaf Guard can only like work in Sun teams, where it's like Solar Beam but physical. And I don't know, I see this thing being an NU. I honestly do, because Grass is a terrible defensive typing, so even though it has pretty above average defenses, it's not going to stay. It's not going to like live long. So I see Laurentius, one of my favorite mons in 7th gen Twizzlers, going to be going to NU. Now we're on the god itself, Shinotic, with god-awful stats. I'm sorry, I expected more out of Shinotic. 60 HP, that's below average. 45 attack, oh, looks like he could be a special attacker. 80, wait, I'm trying to figure out something. Like, it has a really cool move. So it also looks kind of creepy with that face though. Alright, so we're gonna be mainly using Effect Spore. What's that? What's his signature move? I'm sorry. Right. You know, let's just look at its stats then. 60 HP, 45 attack, 80 defense, 90 special attack, 100 speed F, 30 speed. It sucks. It's going straight to PU. Has some bulk. Actually, maybe it. I see it in PU. Its stats are really subpar. Maxed out like 405. 60 HP is not too much. If you max it out, it's alright with 100 speed F, but then what are you doing with that special attack? You're not hurting anything. Does it get Leech Seed? Okay, actually maybe it could be NU. It has this really cool move. I'm trying to find it. Hold up. Also has Stab Moonblast. Sleep Powder, actually. Oh, never mind. That's Spore. And what's that last move? It lowers your attack stat. This is a strength stat. Zero heals, its attack stat. It's lowered by 1. So you're gonna want to max this out at 31. It heals 126, and then it goes down. Which I don't know. Will this be, or will it just use synthesis? It doesn't get synthesis, does it? It doesn't. So we'll see how this thing works out. I see it being NU or PU actually, because its stats are just, they suck, but then they're actually decent at the same time. I don't know. I thought it was worse than it actually was. I'm actually gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and give it NU. What time are we at? I'm actually going to end this off right here. This is going to be a 2-part video. I did not anticipate it actually taking this long, but you know, what can we do? So if you guys enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you already haven't, as that'll get these out faster, make me more determined to make these, and makes me feel good, and you'll get to see these when they come out. So that's it, guys. be sure to, most importantly, out of anything in the world, stay fly.